അതിനെ സെറ്റ് కొంచెం లైట్ అట్లా
అవ్యయమింద్ర సంస్తుత్యం ఇంద్రనీల సమప్రభం కార్యారంభ సంప్రభూతం గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే. ఉదారం జగదాధారం పాపవిదారం పావనం లంబోదరం చ హేరంభం గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే. మహాకాయం మహావీరం మణికింకిణీమేఖలం గానప్రియం జయం ఖర్వం గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే. శ్రీకరం విఘ్నహర్తారం ఓంకారవాద్యమక్షరం జితపంచబాణం శైవం గణేశ్వర విశ్వకాంతం ఏకదంతం సర్వదంతముమాసుతం అనంతం తు మహాశాంతం గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే గణేశ్వరముపాస్మహే. నాదం నాదం మోదం వేదం సదానందం వరప్రదం శివప్రదం శివామోదం गणेश्वरमुपास्महे गणेश्वरमुपास्महे यस्य भक्तः सर्वप्रियो यस्मिन् सर्वं प्रतिष्ठति प्रसन्नं तं अनाकारं गणेश्वरमुपास्महे गणेश्वरमुपास्महे करिराजमुखं शुद्धं बुद्धिविनायकं शुभं सिद्धिप्रदायकं श्वेतं गणेश्वरमुपास्महे गणेश्वरमुपास्महे गणेश्वराष्टकं दिव्यं प्रातरुद्धाय यः पठेत् सर्वविघ्नानि नश्यन्ति तस्य लाभम्
జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ప్రాతకాల ధ్యానానికి విచ్చేసినటువంటి సహజ సోదర సోదరిమణులందరికీ స్వాగతం అండి. మనమంతా శ్రీమాతాజీ వారి దివ్య శ్రీచరణ కమలమును కనులారా వీక్షిద్దాం. శ్రీమాతాజీ వారిని ఈ విధంగా ప్రార్థిద్దాం. అమ్మా శ్రీమాతాజీ, మీ అనుగ్రహంతో మేమంతా మిమ్మల్ని ధ్యానించుకునేందుకు సిద్ధముగా ఉన్నాం తల్లి. దయచేసి మా ప్రార్థనను స్వీకరించి మిమ్మల్ని ధ్యానించుకునేందుకు మాకు అనుమతిని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. ప్లీజ్ మదర్. మనమంతా శ్రీమాతాజీ వారి శ్రీచరణముల వద్ద సాష్టాంగ ప్రణామం చేసుకొని నెమ్మదిగా కుండలిని జాగృత పరుచుకొని బంధన్ వేసుకుందాం. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. రెండు చేతులు జోడించి కళ్ళు మూసుకొని శిరస్సును వంచి కలెక్టివ్గా మనం ప్రాతకాల ప్రార్థన పఠిద్దాం.
సంస్ఫురాత్మతత్వం సచ్చిత్ సుఖం పరమహంస గతిం తురీయం యత్ స్వప్న జాగర సుషుప్త భవైతి నిత్యం తద్ బ్రహ్మ నిష్కలమహం నచ భూత సంగ. अर्थ कळला का?
జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. మనమంతా బ్యాలెన్సింగ్ చేసుకుందామండి. ఎడమ చేయి శ్రీ మాతాజీ వైపు, కుడి చేయి భూమాత పైన. చిన్న ప్రార్థన. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయచేసి మా శరీరం యొక్క ఎడమ భాగంలో గల అన్ని రకాల దోషాలను దయతో మా కుడి చేతి ద్వారా భూమాతలోని కలిపివేయండి తల్లి. మన యొక్క రెండు అరచేతులలో వచ్చే మార్పులను గమనించుకుందాం. కుడి చేయి శ్రీమాతాజీ వైపు, ఎడమ చేయి ఆకాశం వైపు. అమ్మా శ్రీమాతాజీ, దయతో మా శరీరం యొక్క కుడి భాగంలో కల అన్ని రకాల దోషాలను దయచేసి మా ఎడమ చేతి ద్వారా ఆకాశంలోని కలిపివేయండి తల్లి. రెండు చేతులు శ్రీమాతాజీ వైపు. అమ్మా శ్రీమాతాజీ, దయతో మాకు సమతుల్య స్థితిని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. మన యొక్క రెండు అరచేతుల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి మార్పులను గమనిస్తూ ఏ వేలులో అనగా ఏ చక్రంలో మనకు ఇబ్బంది తెలుస్తుందో దానిని శ్రీమాతాజీ వారికి సమర్పించుకుందాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ శ్రీమాతాజీ. ఇదే స్థితిలో ఉంటూ మనమంతా కలెక్టివ్గా ప్రశాంతమైన చిత్తముతో 3 మహామంత్రములు మరియు శ్రీ గణేష్ మంత్రం పఠిద్దాం.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
ఓంకార స్వరూప, ప్రణవ స్వరూప, తొలి సహజయోగి శ్రీ నిర్మల్ పుత్ర శ్రీ గణేష మీకు ప్రణామములు. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, నిశ్చయముగా మీరు సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ గణేశులై ఉన్నారు తల్లి. దయచేసి మా అందరి మూలాధార చక్రాన్ని చైతన్యపరచండి తల్లి. మాలో గల శ్రీ గణేష తత్వాన్ని జాగృతపరిచి స్థిరపరచండి అమ్మా. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయచేసి మాకు శ్రీ గణేషుని యొక్క గుణములను ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. కుడి చేయి శ్రీ మాతాజీ వైపు, ఎడమ చేయి కుడి స్వాదిష్టానం పైన. అమ్మా శ్రీ ముకుటేశ్వరి, శ్రీ చిత్ శక్తి స్వరూపిణి, శ్రీ సచిదానంద స్వరూపిణి, శ్రీ హిమాలయ, శ్రీ చంద్రమ, సర్వము మీరే అయి ఉన్నారు తల్లి. దయచేసి మా అందరి చిత్తాన్ని శాంతపరచండి తల్లి. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, మీ యొక్క పరమ కృపతో మా సామ్యతను మీ చిత్తంలోనికి తీసుకోండి తల్లి. రెండు చేతులు శ్రీ మాతాజీ వైపు. చిత్తము సహస్రారమునందు ఎర్రని సింధూరంతో అత్తబడిన శ్రీమాతాజీ సహస్రార పాదములను మన సహస్రారమునందు అనుభూతి చెందుతూ శ్రీమాతాజీని ఎటువంటి ఆలోచన లేని స్థితిని ప్రసాదించమని వేడుకుంటూ కొన్ని నిమిషాల పాటు నిశ్శబ్ద ధ్యానం. మన యొక్క రెండు అరచేతులు మరియు సహస్రారం నందు వచ్చే మార్పులను గమనించుకుంటూ శ్రీమాతాజీ వారి దివ్య సందేశాన్ని ఆస్వాదిద్దాం.
Today, I bow to all the Sahajogis who have found the truth. There has been, from ages, the seeking for the truth. And when people discovered that there's no other way but to surrender to the divine, that you can find the truth, they did not know how to do it, how to work it out. They have been seekers all over the world. I went to Turkey and I was amazed. There have been lots of Sufis, but their disciples were not realized souls. because the Sufis also did not know how they got their realization. Such darkness existed around people who were seeking. All over the world, I find, when I was a little girl, that they are completely ignorant about how to find the truth. So many were lost in all kinds of so-called religions and rituals. All kinds of rituals they used to do. Morning till evening, some sort of a ritual they would do. Whether they were Hindus, Christians, Muslims, they all believed that by doing all these rituals, you will achieve something, that you will know the truth, that you will get your self-realization. All such seekers went to wrong people and to wrong directions because they were really seeking from their heart. So they were very misleading, and they were misled into such horrible black areas that they did not know what they were seeking, what they are supposed to seek, what they have to have. It has been prophesied that when Kali Yuga will come, people will find themselves. There's a story about Nala and Kali, who had taken away the wife, Damayanti of Nala. So once Nala caught hold of him, and he said that now I am going to kill you because you are a very mischievous man and you have done such a harm to me. So the Kali said, you can kill me, but before that you should know what is my importance, what is my mahatma. And my importance is that when my time will come, when Kali Yuga will come, then all those people who are seeking the truth in the jungles, in the hills and dales, in the Himalayas, will become ordinary householders. They'll be householders. They won't be sannyasis going about. They'll be householders and they will find the truth. This is being prophesied long time back, and also there's a book about it, a book, as you must have read in the book, which says that the time has come for people to know themselves. Every religion has said one thing, that you must know yourself. Islam says the same, Buddha says the same, Christians say the same, Hindus say the same. So till then, they go on doing all kinds of acrobats. But they realize that we haven't found the truth. So it came to my lot. From my childhood I knew I had to do it. But when I saw the human beings, how much in darkness they were about themselves, how aggressive and how sinful they were. All their style was so cruel that it was unbelievable. That was the time also I saw Hitler coming up, and our country also was in complete bondage. So the first thing was to make our country free. It was very important, and that's why I took a very, very active role in the movement that was for the freedom of our country. Same with my father, mother. But when we got the freedom, somehow, after some time, we got lost. People started taking to all kinds of modern things which were wrong, which were so-called entertaining. With all that, I found all over the world there was a big seeking force, and some false people took full advantage. They went out, made lots and lots of money, and with their falsehood they cursed them. I don't know what they did to them. So many seekers were lost like that. Despite that, I went to America and I was shocked how the things were going on there. But I couldn't help it because they were so mentally ill-equipped. They could not understand what they have to have, and you can't pay for the truth. Then it happened that I had started it after the Sahasrara was broken. And you know the story, how I broke the Sahasrara and how from one person I started giving realization. But from America I got very disappointed. I was thinking, how will it grow, how will it work out? We had about 25 people who were realized soul by them in India. But they realized what they have got by realization. They realized that they have become very good people. They have given up all bad habits and they were wanting to worship me. I said, no, don't worship me, because people will not understand. But they one day forced me. So on our terrace of the house, they came and worshipped me because somebody had told them this is the goddess. So what had happened was, after the program, one maid servant came up who was possessed. And she came and she started calling me by the name of goddess. So people said, what are you saying? She was a woman but talking like a man. So she said, I'm telling you the truth. She is the goddess who has come to save us. Her language was not that of a maid servant, but of a very well educated Brahmin who would say all Adi Shankaracharya's sutras. It was very surprising. So they asked her several questions and then she just fainted. So I told them, just don't listen to her, it's no use. But they would not agree and they said, Mother, we have to worship. So somehow I agreed to that. And they got hold of 7 Brahmins to do that. They were afraid because to do that puja is very dangerous and it could harm you if it is not the truth. But on the contrary, when they were doing the puja, they got their realization. And they just said, no, this is the truth. They felt the cool breeze in their hand. All the symptoms told about a realized soul started. But I didn't want to say everything at that time because there were many others who were saying, I am this, I am that. So I didn't want to expose it altogether. But gradually I found that people got attracted and they used to come to my program. And then the Sahaja Yoga started spreading all over in a very interesting manner. So this Sahasrara day, or we can call the day when the Sahasrara was opened out, is a very important. It's very subtle. We just know about the Kundalini, that she's coiled up in 3.5 and she's lying in the triangular bone known as sacrum. But we don't know what she works, how she works, what happens to us. She rises in 6 centers and breaks the breaks the 6th center. Because Ganesha's center doesn't play any role. So when she breaks the 6th center, which is the Sahasrara, then she connects you to the all-pervading power of divine love. But what is this divine love? What does this do? It is the energy of the mother. They can say it is the energy of Adi Shakti, which is all over, works through vibrations. But what are these vibrations? It's a very subtle energy that starts flowing through your Sahasrara. All the 1,000 petals of the Sahasrara get slowly enlightened and it starts flowing throughout your body, throughout your hands, feet, throughout your body. And the more you are, your attention is on the Sahasrara, the more it works faster. Now in the science I've read that they have discovered an energy called, they call it, what do you call that? Because I was the scientist, I forget is what energy? Quantum, quantum energy. Quantum, I don't know why they call it quantum. Because quantum is 4. So it might be meaning the energy of Ganesha, maybe, I don't know. Because scientists are blind people, I don't know what they call what. So they are saying there's a quantum energy. Now this quantum energy, according to them, flows in a very subtle manner and it is normally not visible, but it has light. You have seen that in so many photographs of mine, this light of all kind. This energy moves in a light. So this is the quantum energy, I think, again. I am not very sure, because scientists are always found them a little bit vague. But this quantum energy they are talking about is something like the spiritual energy or the energy of love, which flows around. And this quantum energy, they do not know what it does, but they have seen it has got light. They call it quantum because according to them it flows in bundles, and every bundle is a quanta according to them. Now this energy, when it flows, as you have seen yourself, it works. It works in every direction, in every dimension. For example, it works physically. Supposing you have some physical ailment. You have seen many people get cured in my presence, just in my presence. I need not do anything to them. Or also, as soon as I see somebody, I know what he's suffering from. That's also, I must say, my connection with the divine. And that tells me what's wrong with what person and what should be done. And it can be cured in no time, because that also comes to me just like that. I mean, I don't ask any questions, I don't try to find out, I do not analyze, but it just says do like this. Or it also doesn't say, it just does. It just works automatically. It is very difficult to explain how this energy works. But all of you who have got realization can also work out your own energies. How? By releasing it, by feeding it, by giving it to others, by experimenting. Of course, Sahaja Yoga has spread because of you only. You are the people who have brought people to Sahaja Yoga. But that's not the end of it. We have to save this world. For that, at least, I feel 40% of people should get their realization. Whatever may be their nationality, whatever may be their education, anything. They are to be given self-realization. In our Indian scriptures is clearly written, without Atma Sakshatkar, your life is useless. But what is Atma Sakshatkar? Is the knowledge about yourself. How can you have that knowledge unless and until you become one with this all-pervading power? So it was a very great thing I felt that this Sahasrara I could open in 1970. I realized I was overwhelmed because I knew this is the only trouble, it is the only obstacle human beings are having. Because their sastraras are not open, that's why they are going in the darkness. That's where they are having wars. That's why they are having all kinds of problems. But if their sastrara opens, and if they become one with the divine power, all their problems will be solved. Every type of problem will be solved, and they'll be very happy people. I realized it, and I was very happy, I was overjoyed. But nobody understood me. I don't know, they thought I must be talking something nonsensical. Nobody understood it, what it is. Because even in the Shastras, it's not written about Kundalini so clearly. Only one great saint called Gyaneshwara wrote it in his book in the 6th chapter about the Kundalini. It's not so clear. Only he said that with the Kundalini you can get your awakening. Also you sing that song always, I've heard, which says that, "O Kundalini mother, please be awakened." But nobody knows that what this Kundalini is and why are you singing that song. It was all in our country, people used to sing in the village. So clearly, but nobody understood the meaning of it. Just they used to sing as some sort of a bhajan or could be some sort of a music concert. But nobody knew what it was talking about. It was such a misunderstanding about everything. And all these poets also who have written clearly about awakening, about realization, everything was just in the books. They would read one line of the book, then stop there. Another person would start another line, then he stops at another point. Like that they were just reading. Same thing about all the scriptures. There was big misunderstanding created and was used for the purpose of their own self-interest. That is how we couldn't get people who understood what was self-realization. It was just for some money or from certain type of a position to get. People started big organizations, very big religious organizations. I don't know what to call them. But none of them were realized souls. For example, there was a great saint called Viditama who went to China. And he started a religion called Zen. Zen means dhyan. And he wanted to put Zen in such a manner that people become thoughtless. He made a big tank full of sand with patterns and put some stones. And he had said that to sit on the edge of this pond and just see, but don't think. People didn't understand what it was. Normally anybody would go there and say, oh, this looks like some ships in the sea or all kinds of things. But nobody tried for thoughtless awareness. And I told some of them that this is for thoughtless awareness. They couldn't understand. Then we have also in Japan, Tao. He talked about the all-pervading power which was Tao. And Lao Tse was the one who did. He has described saints, how the saints are, how they behave, how they talk, what is their mannerism, everything. But how you become a saint, nobody says. I think throughout there has been no description how to make a person into a saintly personality. So also in the 12th century, Jnaneshwara was in the 12th century. He talked about it and he said about it in his book, everything. Because it was a kind of a style that a guru should have only one disciple, who should give to one disciple realization, not to many. I don't know why, what made them such a law or a rule. And then it started in the 12th century, there were many saints who sang the praise of realization. And all of them thought that these rituals are no good, so they discarded rituals and this. But what was the thing that had to happen? Nobody knew. I have read all their lives. I've read afterwards also many saints who were there. But it seems nobody knew how to raise the Kundalini. This was the basic problem. They didn't know how to raise the Kundalini. While I think they didn't have that power, or maybe they had no knowledge. They talked about Kundalini all right, but they did not know how to raise the Kundalini. This is a very special power of spirituality. None of them have been able to say or tell you how to raise the Kundalini. Now you all have
అమ్మా శ్రీ ప్రణవ స్వరూపిణి, శ్రీ విద్యాలక్ష్మి, శ్రీ సహస్రార స్వామిని, మీరు అందిస్తున్నటువంటి నిర్మల విద్యను నిర్మల్ వాడికి మేము కృతార్థులమయ్యాము తల్లి. మీకు కోటి కోటి ప్రణామములు శ్రీమాతాజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ శ్రీమాతాజీ. అమ్మా శ్రీ సహస్రార స్వామిని, మీ యొక్క పరమ కృపతో మా అందరి సహస్రారమును తెరచి మాకు పునర్జన్మను ప్రసాదించారు తల్లి. మీకు ఎంతో రుణపడి ఉన్నాము తల్లి. దయచేసి మా అందరి కృతజ్ఞతలు, ధన్యవాదాలు, వందనములు స్వీకరించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీ క్షమాదాత్రి, ఈ ప్రాతకాల ధ్యానమునందు మాచే తెలిసి కానీ తెలియక కానీ ఎటువంటి పొరపాటు జరిగి ఉన్నా దయతో మన్నించి మమ్మల్ని క్షమించండి తల్లి. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, ఎంతో మంది సత్యాన్వేషకులు అగురువులను కుగురువులను ఆశ్రయించి ఎన్నో ఇబ్బందులు పడుతున్నారు తల్లి. దయచేసి వారిని కూడా మీ చిత్తంలోనికి తీసుకొని వారికి కూడా సహజయోగమును అనుగ్రహించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో మా సామూహికకు ఆధ్యాత్మిక ఉన్నతిని అనుగ్రహించండి తల్లి. అన్యదా శరణం నాస్తి, త్వమేవ శరణం మమ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ శ్రీ మాతాజీ. అనేక్ కృపా ఆప్కి, అనేక్ కృపా ఆప్కి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. మనమంతా కలెక్టివ్ గా కుండలిని జాగృతి పరుచుకొని బంధాన్ని వేసుకుందాం. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ప్రాతకాల ధ్యానంలో పాల్గొన్నటువంటి సహజ సోదర సోదరి మనులందరికీ కూడా ధన్యవాదాలండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. ఈ ధ్యానాన్ని ఇంతటితో ముగించుకొని మరలా సాయంత్రం 8 గంటలకు సాయంకాలం ధ్యానానికి హాజరవుదామండి. అందరికీ హ్యాపీ నిర్మల్ డే. మరికొంతసేపు సహజ్ మ్యూజిక్ ప్రసారం అవుతుందండి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ.
Thank you.